Okay, mole conversion worksheet, but we're just going to look at moles to particles conversions. Okay, you're going to need this conversion chart. It's in the moles module. Okay, so I would pull that up on my computer so you can have it. And right here, moles to particles. So we find moles on this chart, and it's right here in the center. Here's our moles. And we're going to particles. Now notice where particles is. It's down here. Particles can be molecules, atoms, formula units, or ions. But we're going to go from moles to particles. So this tells you our conversion factor that we're going to use to get from moles to particles. So when you set this up, you're going to draw a train track, just like the example up here. Okay? What goes in the start box? This is called a start box. Okay? What we know goes in the start box. So let's read our question here. How many molecules are in 0.75 moles of aluminum? What do we know? We know one thing. We have 0.75 moles of aluminum. What do we want to know? How many molecules? Okay, moles to molecules. So it says in my train track, I'm going to put Avogadro's number. This is called Avogadro's number. 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles. All right, what are our particles? Oops, I didn't mean to write particles. What kind of particles do we have? We have molecules. Okay, what goes on the bottom? Well, let's go back to our chart, and it tells us, it says 1 mole goes on the bottom. All right, now we're ready to calculate. Notice moles cancel each other's out. So what are we going to be left with? We're going to be left with molecules. All right, now we're ready to calculate. So when we're calculating using these train tracks, what do? It's always multiply across the top, divide by the bottom. So we're going to multiply 0.75 times Avogadro's and then divide that by 1. So let's do that. Okay, here's our calculator. And we've got 0.75 times Avogadro's, 6.02. Okay, on these calculators, what do we push? Let's go back. This is something we learned early on, is we need to use the EE button. If you're on an iPhone, you can turn your iPhone sideways and you will see the EE button. EE means enter your exponent. What's our exponent here? 23. Okay, see what that looks like in the calculator? That E means times 10 to the 23rd. Okay, enter. And then we're going to divide by the bottom, which is 1. So I'm going to divide by 1. Control enter on these. So anytime you have a number divided by 1, it's itself. So we're not going to write E23. We're going to write 4.52 times 10, because that E means times 10 to the 23rd. Okay, so do not give me answers with an E in it. Put in times 10 to the 23rd. Okay, now you're going to do the same thing for each problem for moles to particles. If you have any questions, let me know.